Meanwhile, Paramananda Puri arrived in Navadvip. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling through South India, he came to a very famous place called Rishabh Hill. This is the very place we read about in 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Maharaj Rishabdev, after instructing his 100 sons in transcendental knowledge, installing Bharat Maharaj as the king of whom this great land, the whole world, Bharatvarsha, was named after, he became Avadut and traveled around like a madman. He came to this hill which is now called Rishabh Hill, and there, by his own divine arrangements, a forest fire naturally took place, and he burned in that forest fire to return to his eternal abode of Vaikuntha. While visiting that holy place, Lord Chaitanya heard that Paramananda Puri is living at a Brahmin's house here. Paramananda Puri was one of the great disciples of Srila Madhavendra Puri, Mahaprabhu's own Param Guru. He went to that place in great eagerness, and there he fell at the lotus feet of Paramananda Puri, who lifted him up and embraced him. For 2 or 3 days, Paramananda Puri and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent the entire day and night discussing topics of Lord Krishna's teachings and transcendental pastimes. Lord Chaitanya told Paramananda Puri, I am finding so much pleasure in your association. Please come to Jagannath Puri and live with me there. I do not want to give up your company. Lord Chaitanya, upon requesting Paramananda Puri, Paramananda Puri replied, yes, I am just now going to Navadvip, and then I will go to Puri to meet with you. From there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Sri Shaila. So Paramananda Puri came to Navadvip. While he was there, he stayed at the house of Sachi Devi. Sachi Devi, she considered all Vaishnav sannyasis to be like her own son. She treated them with such motherly affection. All the Vaishnavas considered Sachi Devi to be the very mother of the entire universe. She would see to their comforts. She would cook with her own loving hands and feed them Krishna's prasad. When Paramananda Puri heard the news that Lord Chaitanya has returned to Puri, he immediately left. One devotee of Lord Chaitanya named Vija Kamalakanta, he took him with him to be an assistant. Immediately he went to Puri. And here in the Gambhira, Paramananda Puri met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya bowed down to him and Paramananda Puri embraced him, both worshipping each other. This is the transcendental nature of loving relationship. Lord Chaitanya worshipped Paramananda Puri like he would worship his own guru because he was the godbrother of his guru. And Paramananda Puri worshipped Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they both honored and respected each other's feelings of love toward each other and accepted. Lord Chaitanya told Paramananda Puri, I have been waiting for you. I am so very happy that you have come. Please stay with me and never leave Jagannath Puri. Then Lord Chaitanya arranged a small, quiet, solitary room in the house of Kashi Mishra for Paramananda Puri to stay very, very close to the Lord. The next day, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami arrived. He came to Sri Gambhira and fell at the lotus feet of Lord Gaurasundar. Previously, Swarup Damodar Goswami was named Purushottam Acharya, and he was under the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet in Sri Navadvip Dham. After Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was Purushottam Acharya at the time, was such a dear friend and associate of Lord Chaitanya. He went completely mad. Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas, he has shaved his head and accepted a danda. In Purushottam Acharya's madness, he immediately ran right to Varanasi and took sannyas. His sannyas guru's name was Chaitanyananda Bharati. But how he took sannyas was very particular. He accepted the vows of sannyas, but he did not accept all of the formalities of a sannyasi. He did not accept the saffron cloth. He did not accept the danda. He did not accept a sannyas name. The name Swarup is the name of a brahmachari who serves a sannyasi named Bharati. After taking sannyas, he should have been named Bharati. But Swarup Damodar Goswami wanted to live by the spirit of a sannyasi, which is to dedicate one's body, mind, words, and life in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead exclusively, without any disturbance from any materialistic social obligations, family obligations, government obligations. So many of these worldly things are given up by a sannyasi. However, he did not want to be disturbed by the prestige that a sannyasi is given. Actually, Vrindavan Das Thakur explains that at one time Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told Lord Chaitanya that as soon as a person is given sannyas, immediately he thinks, I am the Lord, I am the Master. Just see, people are bowing down before me. People want to hear from me. People want to offer so many gifts of love to me. I am Lord. I am Master. Therefore, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, as soon as a person takes sannyas, his spiritual life is ruined. He starts thinking, I am Narayan. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the proper way of taking sannyas. Naham vipro nacha narapatir napi navaishyo nashudro. That we take sannyas only for one purpose, and that is to serve. Trinadapi suniche natarorapi sehishma. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. When Raghunath Das Goswami asked Lord Chaitanya here at the Gambhira, this conversation took place. Swarup Damodar Goswami asked Lord Chaitanya, but Raghunath Das has a question for you. He has given up his home and taken to the renounced order of life. What are his duties? Lord Chaitanya's instructions: do not talk all material nonsense, gossip like people in general. Do not talk like this. Do not hear such gossip or material subject matter. Do not eat too opulently or dress luxuriantly. You should always offer all respect to others. You should expect none in return. You should always chant the holy names of Krishna, and in your heart meditate on worshipping Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. Then he gave him one more instruction. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishmana amanina manadena kirtaniya. This is the real meaning of sannyas. Sannyas means renunciation. To be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, ready to offer all respect to others and to expect none in return. Swarup Damodar most perfectly dedicated his life to the essence of real sannyas. His Guru Maharaj Chaitanyananda Bharati ordered him, study Vedanta Sutra and teach this message to others. But when he heard that Lord Chaitanya had returned and was living in Puri, he received permission from Chaitanyananda Bharati to go to Puri to serve Lord Chaitanya. Swarup Damodar Goswami was a very ocean of transcendental love of God. He was the most intimate and dear servitor of Lord Chaitanya. He lived with him practically constantly, day and night, here in the Gambhira. Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, his singing and musical abilities was greater even than the Gandharvas. His learning was like that of Brihaspati, spiritual master of the heavenly planets. Because he sang kirtan, so sweet and beautiful. Whoever would hear his kirtan, their hearts would melt. He would put devotees' minds in great transcendental consciousness whenever they would hear him singing kirtan. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya, because of his beautiful singing, he named him Damodar. The name his guru gave him was Swarup, and Lord Chaitanya gave him the name Damodar. Therefore, we know him as Swarup Damodar.
You You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.